morning and welcome back to the channel. I'm on my morning dog walk again. As you can see, I'm traveling very light today because what I've got is just my iPhone, and I'm going to try and take some pictures. And the theme of this video is, do we really need the expensive cameras? I suspect we do, because I'm still pretty myself convinced that I need functionality that only I can get from the cameras. Image quality, lenses, high resolution. But as more and more mobile devices come out with more and more computational capability built in, which compensates for the poor quality, or at least the lesser quality, of the lenses and the sensor size, and therefore image quality, over time I suspect we'll find that we can do most of it just with things like this. This has a zoom lens on it. I know some of it's electronic and I know some of it's optical. It's got two lenses, this particular iPhone X. And I've got the sun right in my eyes and I can't see where I'm going, so I'll try and find my way back to the track. That's it. The sun's very low on the horizon here. It's backlighting the trees nicely, and I'm hoping I might get a nice image down by the little lake that's at the end of the walk, at the end of this field. So let's see. Yes, not ideal lighting, as you can see. We've got the sun glaring away merrily behind the trees. I'm just walking into a shadow cast by those trees, so that glare should reduce. And I've completely, oh there they are, the dogs are at the end of the track near the trees in the distance. And this is the field you saw that I used for my video of yesterday. And I spin you round slowly, no sign of dogs. I'm casting a very long shadow. I'm not normally that tall, but the sun is a little bit low on the horizon. Oh, there he is, there's Pippin in the distance. Let's see if we can zoom in. Oh, here he comes. Speed of a small bullet, and the other one's not so bothered. I'm getting some nice flaring from the sun behind the trees. And there he goes. So from a video standpoint, this little camera in the phone is doing a half reasonable job. He's looking at me a bit gone out then, because he's not used to coming on this walk. Normally I just take Ozzy, but I thought, no, we'll spoil the little one today. Well, at least those two are having a grand old time. I'm going to disappear out of sight round the corner. Come on back, you two. Come on, Oz. Come here. Come here. There we go. Almost obedience. Good boy. Oh, that sun's right across my face. I'll stop in the shadow here. There we go. Yeah, I'm using an application on my iPhone called ProCam. I did start this video by using the built-in application, just the standard camera application, but ProCam has got quite a lot more features, and I'm just going to exercise a few of those, like slow motion and various things, and include those in the video, just to sort of give a flavour for what more I can do with this iPhone than I can do with my ordinary camera easily. Anyway, let's plod on. It's not too shabby being out here under these conditions, so I'll continue. Well, there's a nice sight for you first thing in the morning. Beautiful little lake. Sun rising, or risen, the other side over there. Beautifully lit up. And all captured on the iPhone. Now this is the way to get the mud off the feet first thing in the morning. A bit of a douse in a nice little stream. Well, not really a waterfall. Not quite to the standards of Adam Gibbs in British Vancouver Island, or Vancouver Island. This is what we have to make do with around this part of the world. A tiny little stream. But nevertheless, very pleasant. First thing in the morning to go to walk down and hear water running and falling like this. Well, I'm surrounded here in this little wood with wild garlic. The bluebells are just starting to appear. They're not very large, but the overwhelming smell of garlic is lovely. It's refreshing. I don't know if you can eat wild garlic. I assume you can, but I've never tried. So a nice little path through the woods here. Dogs have disappeared. Oh, there they are, zooming around in the next field just beyond. This tree always amazes me. It reminds me of some sort of insect sitting on its haunches with a large amount of fur on its head, waiting to pounce on something. Very weird. Oh, well, what I said earlier about computational photography, basically what I mean by that is the amount of software work and effort and capability that's being built more and more into electronic devices. We have that in our own cameras. Even our sort of modern digital SLRs and mirrorless cameras have got a lot of extra capability that's simply derived from the ability of software to deal with things for us in the digital world. But the majority of the real work appears to be going into mobile phones and mobile devices generally. The vast corporations have got massive resources in terms of software development skills, and as a result that's been turned into more and more clever and artificially intelligent ways of dealing with images. Phones being the classic case, you can do so many things now with a phone that you couldn't even think of doing in the past, and I can only see it going more and more that way, to the point that apart from a few very specialist areas, most traditional cameras will probably be pretty much relegated to the shelf or the history books. There'll still be die-hard people out there, in the same way that people still use vinyl to listen to music on, who extol the virtues of a crackly record over a perfectly pure digital sound, saying they can tell the difference. I'm sure they can tell a difference. Whether that difference is purely attributed to the way the digital image is processed, I'm not sure. And the same will happen with photography, I guarantee it. But my objective today was just to come out with this phone and see what I could do with it. In terms of different types of photography, just casual snaps in most cases, but it's for the purpose of highlighting just what you can do with the camera that you have in your pocket most of the time. And I know people like Nigel Danson and various other famous YouTube people have over time extolled the virtues of using phones to pre-visualize the images you intend to take with your main camera. And I think that's still a highly valuable thing, and I quite often do it myself, because I'll often be somewhere and I don't have my camera equipment with me, and as a result I've got my phone, so I'll take some pictures with a view to coming back and reusing that location at some point in the future when the conditions, the light or whatever, or the weather conditions are better or more favourable for the sort of photography I like. Anyway, enough of listening to my boring face talking at you. We'll carry on. Well, I'll leave you with the images that I shot with the iPhone. They're not of the standard I would expect from my Sony, but then again it's not fair to expect them to be. I think they're half decent images, and I think I've proved that you can use an iPhone both for audio, video and also stills, and it's quite an acceptable sort of format. You get a decent image from it, but I don't think I'll be sort of giving up on the main camera so far yet, because I think there's still a way to go. But as a convenience and something with you all the time, I think they're absolutely excellent, and I'm just about to update mine to one of the new ones in a few weeks' time when my contract's up. Anyway, I hope you found this informative and a slight insight into just using an ordinary mobile device as opposed to an expensive camera. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, and please also subscribe so that you get notified when I upload new videos.